down for me. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Frisco Arts Friday. Almost live. I'm Tammy Miner-Shaken. We're doing something new today. We are pre-recording the show, and then it's going to be pushed out. So the quality is going to be even better than before, and we get to put all the little fun stuff that you couldn't have had if it was actually live. So we're excited to have you watching the show, and we have two phenomenal guests with us. Every time we have the show, we like to have a student guest and a professional. Today we have Kendall Bowser. She's a singer-songwriter in Frisco, emerging artist. And then you're also going to get to meet Rebecca Moore, who's an actor, producer, director in Frisco. So they're doing great things. I can't wait for you to meet them in just a little bit. So I first wanted to show you a very exciting promo video for the Frisco Arts Walk. It's coming up October the 7th. This is Saturday, and you need to bring your family. It is free for the whole family. It's an immersive arts experience at Hall Office Park, 6801 Gaylord Parkway, and I'll let the video do all the talking. So that's our promo video. It's going to go live on our YouTube channel today, and you can see it over and over. But you saw that the UNT Grammy Award-winning 1 O'Clock Jazz Lab Band is coming to Frisco. They're going to be performing, as well as the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and the jazz singers. We'll have a Steinway piano there for walk-in performances. It's just going to be a great event to expose your kids to the arts and yourselves as well. I mean, that is what Frisco Arts is all about. We're about bringing the arts to you, to inspire you, and to get you thinking about different things you've never thought about before, and also feeding your soul. So, speaking of inspiring, we have Kendall Bowser with us today.
Hello.
Thank you for being here, Kendall.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I met Kendall, actually she was a finalist for the Frisco's Got Talent last year, and did a great job.
Thank you.
I'm going to share with some people about things they may not know, where you performed. So you've been at the House of Blues, Hard Rock Cafe, Six Flags, Rough Riders Game, the Opry Mills Mall in Nashville, and also in front of 20,000 people at the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Your new album came out called Hey Boy. Yes. You're featured on Frisco Enterprise. So this is just amazing for someone so young. And how old are you again?
I'm 17.
You're 17,
yes,
and you're going to be a senior then?
In high school, yes.
Okay, senior at which school?
Centennial High School.
Yay, Centennial, shout out to all of you out there. So let's backtrack a little bit. Where are you originally from, Frisco?
Yes, I'm originally from Frisco. I've been living here my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've grown up here. This is my home.
Yeah, so you've been here since like it was all cornfields and cow pasture.
Yeah, you know, I don't really remember it like that. I mean, it's been building ever since I was born, so
yeah.
I mean, of course, I remember lots of fields, but
in 18 years, 17 years, it's changed so much.
Yes, it has.
So do you remember your first experience with singing or how you got into that?
So when I was about 4 years old, I was singing for an Easter service at church.
Okay.
I sang a little solo, and this lady went up to my mom, and she was like, "You need to put her in voice lessons." And my mom's like, okay. So ever since then, I've been taking singing lessons, and it's just kind of gone up from there.
Grown from there.
Yeah.
So some of your teachers at the beginning, do you share who they are?
I went to the Frisco School of Music.
That's right. I know you went to the Frisco School of Music.
So I went there for a really long time, and then once I decided that I kind of wanted to go a little bit further and kind of progress in what I was doing, I went to a couple different studios, but now I'm actually working with an artist development group in Nashville.
That's right.
Called PCG, and they've been so helpful in everything for the past couple years.
So an artist development group, I mean, this is a completely different level than just lessons.
Yes.
So tell me how that works. What do you do there?
So basically the point of an artist development group is to kind of help people like me who want to be in this industry and want to succeed learn how to do it, because nowadays record labels, they expect you to have everything together. Instead of like it used to be, they would do it all for you. So
you have to come with everything ready.
Everything ready. So they're kind of teaching us like the inside and out of the music business and industry and everything like that. And then I'm also taking lessons from some of the top people in the industry, voice lessons, piano lessons, guitar lessons, and also I do a lot of songwriting as well.
Right,
so
right.
That's been really helpful.
You have multiple instruments that you play.
Yes.
And I'm sure that helps with your songwriting too, because
It does.
different, I mean, I play the piano, I don't play the guitar, but I can tell like when you have a different instrument, it just brings out a different side or a voice or a
Different
story.
feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your songwriting, because that's very unique. You know, a lot of people out there can do covers, but they're not telling us a story or something personal. What is that process like for you? How does that work?
So usually when I write about my things that happen in my life or something that might happen in my friend's life that, you know, it's usually something sad, because I mean I feel like it's easier to write about sad stuff.
You know what? And I noticed that on the album. Like
Yeah.
girls and I were listening to it. We're like, it's kind of sad.
It is, but it's like it's emotional. Like
But it's raw and it's true.
Yeah. So I mean, usually something will happen in my life or my friend's life that'll really get me to kind of sit down and start writing. So I'll either pick up my guitar or go to the piano and I'll start playing around and kind of listen to what I like, pick out a few chords, a chord progression, and then go with that, and then a little melody will come into my head, and then like a specific word or phrase will come into my head, and I'll just kind of stick with that, and then it just goes
And that's
from
the
there.
beginning. Yeah. So it's kind of a combination of the emotion or whatever experience you just had, and then the music, and then the writing all together. How long did your album Hey Boy take to put together?
So it took about 2 years for me to write everything, because this is kind of like the first thing that I've really put together. So I really wanted to pick the best songs that I was writing. And then I actually had all the music done, but then it took another year to get all of the branding and pictures and everything together so that I could actually put it out. So it took a lot longer than I was hoping. It actually was pushed back for about a year before I was able to put it out. But you know, it's an experience. I learned, you know, it's not just the music. Like the music is actually the easy part, and then everything else, it's a lot. It's a lot more than you think. Yeah.
You know, so you have to get all your pictures, and then if you're doing a music video, which I know you did one as well.
Yes, I had a music video for So Simple.
That's right. So where did you record that music video, and how did that come about?
I recorded the music video up in Nashville. It was a really, really good experience. The worst part though was waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning for hair and makeup, because it was supposed to rain that day, and we were gonna do everything at night at sunset, but they were like, nope, it's supposed to rain, so we had to do everything
sunrise?
in the morning. I was like,
oh boy.
Oh, okay, like I guess. So it was just a great experience. I mean, just the people that I work with, I mean, they're amazing people. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, and it's a great video, and that one's already out on your channel, KendallBowser.com, right?
Yes.
But you have a new one that just...
Yes, it's actually coming out today.
Yay! So everybody's got to go and take a look.
Yes.
And this one, I didn't even know which song are you doing on that one?
It's an acoustic version of Get Out of My Head.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Okay, well, we can't wait to see that. And that's the song that Kendall's actually going to sing for us right now, so I'm going to scoot out of the way.
Okay. times I never learned. You're the stain I can't erase. Still even now, you're the poison that I can't put down. If only I knew how. Won't you please just tell me, why do I still want you? Why do I still need you? Why does every thought in my mind include you? Why am I still broken? Why am I still hurting? I thought that time was supposed to heal you. 'Cause every little moment's running through my brain, and I can't seem to find a safe haven. I still want you. Why do I still need you? Get out of my head. My eyes, they still burn with pictures and Polaroids everywhere I turn. Sweet static of your beautiful voice, whispering your name. Every road's just another memory lane. Why won't you go away? Won't you please just tell me, why do I still want you? Why do I still need you? Why does every thought in my mind include you? Why am I still broken? Why am I still hurting? I thought that time was supposed to heal you. 'Cause every little moment's running through my brains, and I can't seem to find a safe haven. I still want you. Why do I still need you? Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Wish I would have put my pride away. Need more time to find the words to say why it is I want you. Why it is I need you. 'Cause every little moment's running through my brain, and I can't seem to find a safe haven. I still want you. Why do I still need you? Get out of my head. Get out of my get out of my get out of my head. Get out of my get out of my get out of my head.
That was amazing.
Thank
oh my
you.
gosh. Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And remember, you can go out to kendallbowser.com and find her music and download it.
Yes.
And we are huge fans. We've got your
you.
shirts on today.
Yes.
So we're going to
you.
take a quick break and bring up our next guest. But thank you so much for being here.
Frisco Arts Friday Live is brought to you by Frisco Studios, the place to go to be a star, and Frisco Style Magazine, TND Maximize, and Ramasola Productions.
Not this one. All right, we are back. You just heard Kendall Bowser, who we hope will be on the radio soon. I mean, really, we're listening to her in the car all the time.
Yeah,
so
great.
It was really, really good.
Yeah.
So now we have Rebecca Moore. She's with us today. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me. How exciting.
I know, this is so exciting, especially because all of our adult guests so far have been mostly music related, and I've been looking for someone that would have the theater background and the TV and the producing and everything, and that's you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. So let's go and talk a little bit about your past as well, and then we'll get into your cool projects you're doing right now.
All right, cool.
So where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay. And how did you make your way over to Frisco?
Ended up in Frisco about 20 years ago. My husband moved out to take a job, and he started working at Mary Kay. Cosmetics. Yeah, he didn't work there anymore, but
Okay.
those guys in the computer industry, they kind of move around a little bit. So actually lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and Nashville, Tennessee, and Charleston, South Carolina, and then we ended
all
up
over.
here. Yeah, and I said, time for kids, so we're staying put.
Yeah, and Frisco is a perfect place for kids.
It is, it really is.
Yes, and you have how many?
I have 2 boys.
Okay.
2 boys.
2 boys, and one of them is in the studio with us right now. Big cheerleader, right?
He's a graduate of Centennial High School.
Yay,
so he knows Kendall.
awesome. Very
It was great for them to see each other. And then I have one at Lebanon Trail.
Okay, and you have one at Lebanon Trail. Great. So, you got your first look into theater. When did that happen? Or your joy and love of it?
The very first time I was ever on stage that I can remember, I was the river in my 2nd grade production.
You were like an actual river. Like
Yes.
river.
Well, yes. Everything. There was the river and the sunshine.
Oh,
and the tree,
okay, yeah.
everything. It was personification. that
Yeah.
they were teaching. And yes, I had a little costume, that flowed like the river and had lines and everything. And I was very jealous of the girl who got to play the sunshine because I wanted to be the sunshine.
Right.
So that was my first lesson. And there are no small parts.
True. That's right.
Everybody has their own role to play, and every role is important.
And you know what? Sometimes that first experience on stage, kids run away from it like, oh, I don't want to do this. It's scary. But for you loved it.
I loved it. Yeah, I was bitten from then on. That
you got
was
the
it.
arts bug right then.
Yep.
And so then I know you went and got your theater degree.
Yes.
And where was that from?
Went to Henderson State University in
Okay.
Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Shout out!
Yay! And theater degrees, that's something I want to talk about too, because a lot of people might think, well, what's the point of that? What are you going to do with that when you get out? And here you are, you're still in the world.
Right. Especially when I was going to school, you could either get an education, or a performance degree. And I was performance all the way, and people were like, you need to get an education degree so you can teach. And I was like, no, I'm just going to stick with performance.
Right.
And still ended up have taught a lot along the way as well. So
Yep, and those are the 2 aspects, and they're totally different.
they are. Yes.
Totally different. You can be an awesome performer, not necessarily the best teacher, and vice versa.
That is true.
Yes, so now you had also started sort of an educational word-of-mouth productions theater group. So tell me about that.
I was the co-founder and managing artistic director for Word of Mouth Productions for 12 years, and we had a touring division. And part of what we did was going to schools and providing that aspect of education that was live theater, and everything that we did was based on literary classics. And so the kids, like Charlotte's Web and Treasure Island and all those things, and the kids would get the opportunity to read the book, and we would send out a study guide. The teachers would have a study guide to talk about it ahead of time, and then we would come and perform a show, small casts, so it was very easily transportable, and we could either go into the school and do it, in your lovely cafetorium at the school, or at a theater, like we performed at the Arts Center in Plano, and at the McKinney Performing Arts Center, and you could come in as a field trip. And those were fun. And then after the show, the students would get to meet the actors and have a talk back session. So the actors would come out and answer questions. And it was a lot of fun on both sides for those kids that got to come see theater. Numerous times as kids were walking out, you would hear they'd never seen live theater before. And that's part of what we need to do is expose young people, the younger the better, to live performing arts, so that as they grow up and they grow into a love and appreciation for the arts. If they don't get it when they're young, they're not gonna, appreciate it when they're older.
Yes, exactly. That is our message. Absolutely. No, thank you for doing that. And you have no idea how many people you've impacted, how many kids that might be studying theater now because of that. It always starts young.
Yes.
So some of you might have seen Rebecca's face. She was in a commercial with Pete Delkus that aired during the during the Emmys. There it is. There's a photo. I laugh every time I see it. But she's like, thanks, Delkus, because Delkus is saying, oh, there's a snowstorm and you're going to stay home. The kids are staying home. So that is you. How did you get that part? And How'd that work?
I have an agent, and just get submitted for different commercials and acting, movies, whatever's going on in town or out of town, and was submitted for that. And went on an audition and a call back and got the role. And the kids in it were great. They were a lot of fun. It was fun to watch them, and they were having a blast.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Watching, of course, the fake snowfall.
Oh, it was
things
fake
like that.
snowfall.
It's always fun to watch, how they set things up for the shot, the magic that happens
behind the scenes.
Yep,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. So let's talk about your first, the 22 Kill movie that you were
22. Mhm.
Yes, well, sorry, 22. But the concept was from that 22 Kill. So tell us about that.
That was a project by Mike and Melody Films, and written by Melody Brooke. And it is a short film that's been entered into a number of film festivals and has won some awards.
Yeah.
I think you got that information. It's came from the statistic that there are approximately 22 veterans a day that commit suicide. That's from a 2012 statistic. And so
I mean, that is just staggering.
it's staggering, yes. And
Yeah.
so the movie is to just bring awareness to mental health issues for veterans. So it was a very important project to be on, and very touching, very eye-opening. A lot
Right.
of us don't even realize what goes on once they come home.
And their transition,
Right.
into regular life.
Right.
Did you have a veteran on the set or acting?
Our lead actor was a veteran.
Okay,
former
great.
Navy.
Okay. So he, just real life experience,
Yeah.
lending to that role. And then you're also involved in Watch Night
Yes.
with the former Cowboy player Greg Ellis,
Yes.
who I guess he's also done Case High and all these.
Carter High. he was
Or
the-
Carter
yeah,
High,
Carter
that's
High.
right. Will knows. Carter High. And so I just think that's fascinating. You have this football guy, but he has a story to tell, and he's now
Absolutely.
into production and writing. And so how did that all come together, and how did you get involved?
That was connections. A lot of this business is about networking and knowing people, and when there is a need for something. And Greg has done a lot of film and media type things, and this was a live production, and I have a long background in that. And the lead actor knew me and Greg, and kind of put the two of us together, and that's how.
Wow.
it
So
formed.
so tell everyone, what is Watch Night? What does that mean?
Watch Night, the very first Watch Night was December 31st, 1862, and it's when the slaves they stayed up all night waiting for the day of their freedom, which was January 1st, 1863, when Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. And so from that, there is in the community a Watch Night celebration, December 31st. But as we've moved further and further away from that time, a lot of the folks who celebrate that don't even realize what the original Watch Night,
What it's about?
what it came from and what it's about. It's like, hey, we're going to go to church on New Year's Eve
Yep.
and have a big party. So the play was written as kind of a history lesson of how this all came about, and it's a story of faith and hope and a new world and a new day breaking.
Right. I just think that's incredible to be able to capture that in this play. And this is something that you can see as well, right? Locally.
Right.
How do I get tickets if I wanted to see Watch Night?
We are at this time touring in December.
Okay.
So the closest I believe will be to Dallas is probably Tyler.
Okay.
And it's watchnightthemovie.com.
All right.
You can go there and check out all of our performance dates and how you can buy tickets and all that. So watchnightthemovie.com.
Very good, very good. Also, I know that you've been doing just your own, you're always doing more professional development. You're in classes. So what do you do currently to help keep your skills up? And
I'm currently involved in an acting workshop, and our instructor is Glenn Morshower of 24 fame. He was
Ooh.
Aaron Pierce on 24. So,
Wow.
and we just have a lot of folks coming in we work together. It's almost like, I feel like it's, for me, like episodical television. Every week we're going into a workshop and you have a new partner and a new scene that you're working on. And it's meeting new people all the time. This industry is so fluctuating, flowing. There'll be someone here, and then next month they're ready to move on to Austin or LA or Atlanta. So people are coming in and out. So you're always working with new people. And that's great. It helps you grow as an actor. And so I've been with the school about 2 years.
Okay, wow, that's just wonderful. I love it. You're constantly a student, it's constantly learning.
Right.
And that's the same way I feel with my music too. Is I need to constantly be playing and practicing. Otherwise, you might lose it, and you don't want to lose all that investment that you put into this craft.
Right. Yeah.
So, what would your advice be for kids, college students that are finishing up their degree in performance theater? How do they break into the industry like you did?
Well, it's constantly breaking into the industry. I think it's networking and staying with it, and it's not so much pursuing it, but just with an attitude of, this is what I do. And depending on if you're going film or theater, you look into getting an agent for film and television, and just see what's out there. There are groups that have different functions and different events that you can check out. You can Google anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Anything on the internet these days, and just get involved. Find out what's local to you first. Very local. Start there. There's usually always community theater or indie films that are being made everywhere. A lot of people these days are creating content, which is amazing. Folks have become very, very famous by starting a YouTube channel.
Very true. Yep.
And
they're YouTube celebrities.
There are. There are. And it's such an interesting, things are just exploding in the media. You can't even call it film and television anymore. It's media. Because there's so much. There's internet content, there's Hulu, Netflix, all those kinds of things. And then there's network television and big movies. And so there's a lot out there. Just start locally looking and do it. Get out there and do it. And the more people you know, the more things are going to lead to other things, and just don't ever stop.
That's right. Always pursue your dreams if that's what you want to do. Well, thank you so much for being here and being our guest today, Rebecca.
Thank you for having me here. So much fun.
Absolutely. And if people want to get a hold of you to talk to you more or use you for their next project, how do they get in contact with you?
My email is RebeccaMooreVoices.com. RebeccaMooreVoices@gmail.com. And,
we'll edit that.
Edit that out. And I have a website, RebeccaMoore.us.
Okay, perfect. So check out our website, send her an email, and thank you all for watching this section. We're going to be back in just another minute, and I'll give you some more updates on the calendar.
Very nice.
Yay!
Frisco Arts Friday Live is brought to you by Frisco Studios, the place to go to be a star, and Frisco Style Magazine, TND Maximize, and Ramasola Productions.
All right, we are back. What an awesome show. I love meeting the people in our arts community, people that have been living in Frisco for longer than I have. I've only been here for 12 years, and they've both been here longer than I have, and we didn't even know all the wonderful things they're doing. So if you're interested in sharing your story of the arts and what you're doing in the community, please contact us at contact us at FridayLive@FriscoArts.org. I also would love to meet you in person, so I have a great party to invite you to. It's on Thursday, September at 8680 Main Street. It is the Gallery 8680, and we're having a party with our new mayor, Mayor Jeff Cheney. We're going to be at this local gallery curated by Robin Fian. It's all art in white, art in blanc. So that means you need to come wearing white too. So we're gonna just have a fun party. We'll have some wine, hors d'oeuvres, meet the mayor, meet some of our councilmen that are also coming, and really just get to know the arts community. I'd love for you to be there. You do need to RSVP by September 1st. Our RSVP straight to me, Tammy at friscoarts.org. If you're also interested in other events that Frisco Arts puts on, please go to our website at friscoarts.org to view our online calendar. You're also welcome to enter all of your events. So if you're a church or a school or individual business, whatever is going on for the arts in Frisco, we would like to have it on our calendar, and it is free. So there's no cost to it. Just input your information, and then people can see what's coming up for the arts in all genres: music, dance, theater, visual art. And I also have to thank our sponsors for today. Thanks to Frisco Studios. Thanks to Frisco Style Magazine for hosting us right here. Oh, there's Anthony. Thanks to T&D Maximize, Will Odom, for always helping with our guests. And we look forward to seeing you. We're going to probably move to the pre-recorded show now. So it's going to be Frisco Arts Almost Live, coming to you in September. And in September, we're going to have guests from the new, very exciting upcoming Buku Fest, this 4-day extravaganza coming to Frisco. And it's a culinary competition. It's also a music concert series. There's a big gala, there's golf, all kinds of great things going on. And it's like spontaneous combustion of creativity in Frisco. So we'll bring some guests and we'll be talking to them in September. So we will see you then. Thank you.